Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Hurricane Watchman is here with your latest update on Potential Tropical Cyclone 6. Potential Tropical Cyclone 6 has not, aircraft reconnaissance has not found a center of circulation that it's closed off. But regardless, though, we're still going to see a lot of heavy rains. You can see a lot of these cloud tops right here, pretty high. More convection beginning to develop right there. Here's Puerto Rico up here. I don't think it's going to make landfall or make landfall there at 50 miles per hour. Like they're saying, like they had been saying, but from what we're seeing right now, we could see it develop to a tropical storm later this afternoon, or later this evening or tonight. So currently, that's what we're looking at right now. Very, very, very intense in terms of heavy rain. Lots of flooding and heavy rain will continue. I do want to bring up a radar and look at what we're seeing in terms of radar, because again, flooding certainly is going to be an issue with this storm as the storm continues to track towards the west, to the west northwest. So again, there is that storm. As you can see, here is Guadalupe right here, moving heavy rain in Antigua Barbuda. St. Martin, there's some rain. U.S. Virgin Islands is going to be getting some rain, or is getting rain from this storm. So this is going to continue to move west. I think west northwest as this continues to approach Puerto Rico. Heavy rain will continue to be an issue. I also need to update the description, which I'm actually going to do that right now because it's bothering me so much. Okay. Just hold on a minute. I gotta edit this. My computer to be a little bit faster. Wonderful. Thank you so very much. So currently reconnaissance is flying in there. I've been watching it this entire morning. I can actually go to it right now. They're probably still investigating it. I'm not actually sure. So again, they're still investigating it, trying to find a center of circulation, and simply they just can't find a center of circulation. There isn't one. It's still very, very elongated at the moment. They're not able to find that at all. But for some, like, oh, tropical depression 12. I'm like, wait, no, that's not it. 12 and tropical depression 16. I don't know where that's at. Anyway, here is high resolution of the system. Again, I just want to point out the fact that they're going to continue to see heavy rain from this storm, and new convection there near the center of circulation. There it is as of 10:50 a.m. or 10 a.m. update. Here is the public advisory, Potential Tropical Cyclone 6 advisory number 4. National Oceanic and the NOAA Hurricane Hunter aircraft reports that disturbance is not yet a tropical cyclone. Likely to become a tropical storm later today or tonight. It's currently moving to the, let's see. Currently moving to the west-northwest at 295 degrees at around 18 miles an hour. So the storm is speeding up a little bit. So I do want to look at the graphics and have an idea of what they're looking at for the forecast track. So again, this is what we're looking at right here. Still not a storm, but it's still expected to become a storm as the storm continues approaches Puerto Rico. It is expected to make landfall as a tropical storm in the Dominican Republic. Might actually move over. If it moves a little bit to the north, we're gonna have to watch and see what the storm does in terms of where this moves in terms of landfall. But it's expected to move right over the Dominican Republic, and then expected to become a tropical storm once again. And then we could be dealing with certainly most of the entire peninsula of Florida is in the cone of uncertainty. Part of even Georgia is in that cone of uncertainty right now. It's insane. Still, tropical storm force wind speed probabilities of a tropical storm are only a 20 to a 30% chance of this becoming a tropical storm right now. Or tropical storm force wind speed probabilities right now. So I did want to look at the forecast models. Oh Lord. So the GFS still is not showing this developing into anything until it makes its way into the Gulf. Also, we do have another storm there in the East Pacific, but relatively strong. It does try to develop this into somewhat a stronger tropical storm. But certainly we're going to have to really watch closely what any other systems that make it there in the Gulf of Mexico. We have to look at that if there's anything in the Gulf of Mexico that we have to watch out for. Definitely keeping an eye out on that in case anything does develop out of that. Here is the Canadian model. You can see it moves right over the Dominican Republic, just there south over Florida right there. But it looks to be, it does, again, try to strengthen there, but makes landfall as a very weak tropical storm at 1,010 millibars. So nothing super intense in terms of a wind speed. Wind is not going to be the biggest problem. I cannot say this enough. This is not going to be a wind threat or event. This is going to definitely be a this is going to be a rain event and flooding for sure. The last one kind of showed this sort of almost just sitting there over Florida. Looks like it just sort of slows down there over Florida. So that's really what we're looking at right now. Again, you know, flooding is just going to be incredible. I don't know, tropical depression 60. That might be, oh, that must be west. Okay, I know that's right now. Get this to be here. So there's new convection happening near the center of circulation, where, well, not really the center, still near where we think the center of circulation is right here, which is showing that this storm is trying to continue to intensify and try to organize a little bit. But again, dry air is still trying to pull in underneath it and try to dry. You can kind of see where this gap develops right there. That's the dry air trying to get in the storm and sort of choke it out and kill it. So the storm is indeed struggling quite a bit in terms of tropical development. So it's not able to intensify into anything because they are dealing with, because the storm is not able to intensify because it has a lot of dry air. And it's going to be interacting with land, probably mainly interacting with Dominican Republic and the island of Hispaniola. Not really Puerto Rico. Might just skirt just the southwest of it. But if that continues to move on a track like this, but again, all I have to do is if it just shifts to the north and it goes like this, it may just go right over Puerto Rico. It may miss the Dominican Republic, so it just has to make it different if it goes too far to the north or too far to the south. You know, right now it's on that path where it may go right over the Dominican Republic, and that's something I'm worried about. But if this shifts to the south or to the north, there can be problems because it doesn't interact with land. There's nothing really slowing it down except for that dry air and still heavy rain. So we still have this band, or this part of this rain band right here. As this moves, it's going to move right over the islands, and they're going to continue to see a lot of that heavy rain from the storm. So heavy rain is going to continue. I can't really emphasize this enough. Heavy rain, heavy rain, heavy rain, heavy rain, heavy rain, and lots of flooding will definitely be one of the biggest threats with this system. for sure. I think gusty winds are definitely possible. So currently this storm, as you can see, there's a lot of convection. I do want to, again, emphasize heavy rain, heavy rain, heavy rain. I do want to look at the rain accumulations for some of these areas, because that is definitely the biggest threat and biggest problem right now. Thunderstorms, rain accumulation. Just look over the next 10 days. I mean, it's just incredible. Some areas we're seeing 3 to 4 inches of rain. Look at that, 4 inches of rain. Some areas seeing 3 to 4 inches of rain in the Dominican Republic, and again, incredibly high mountains over there. And then it really develops and just skirts on the just on the east side. Looks like it's producing a lot of heavy rain. Now, this is still into the weekend. Some areas in Key West could see 4 to 5 inches of rain. Because it's going to go right over Key West, so they'll be incredible. So, here's what I think. It's roughly like right here. It's going to go right here, just to the south of Puerto Rico. Okay? Heavy rain over Dominican Republic. There'll be mudslides, landslides, and lots of flooding in that area. Then it's going to go north of Cuba. Stay north of Cuba. It begins to intensify just to the south of the main island of the Bahamas, Nassau. And then it looks like it just turned right here, just sort of skirting the western part of Florida here. And then it looks like it makes landfall. And again, this landfall, heavy amount of flooding rain from over here. We're seeing 4 to 5 inches of rain. There's 5 inches of rain right there. There's 5 inches. There's 6 inches. So along the coast here, just to the south of Tallahassee, if this were to make landfall here, this could definitely pose a threat. This could definitely cause a lot of flooding for Tallahassee. And then you can kind of see it just goes all the way up north, right through here. Even all the way up, I forgot what state this is, Virginia? Pretty sure it's Virginia. I don't actually know. All the way up into Virginia. No, that's not Virginia. Yeah, it is. And then even into parts of Pennsylvania could be seeing heavy rain. Now that again is still quite a long ways out, but just you can really see the track of where the storm is gonna go just from the rain. Okay. Also over here you can really see the rain over here is just it's like kind of scary, like 13 inches. Yeah, but just really incredibly scary. And so flooding, Also, the Hurricane Watch team just posted a tweet. How do you say that? Just posted a tweet. I'm also going to change this logo. I might change this logo, I don't know, into my original one. This is what we said. Potential Tropical Cyclone 06L isn't doing great at the moment. The ongoing RECON flight doesn't exactly show a center at the time. With the Hurricane Watch team, we're watching the situation and have a live event that has begun here, covering the latest. So, yes, we have a Twitter account if you want to go follow us at watch_hurricane, Hurricane Watch team. We are currently watching the storm very, very carefully. So, there's the thing that we're talking about. Lots of heavy rain, high cloud tops. I might even be some white cloud tops there. About negative 80 degrees centigrade cloud tops, some of those places. So, very, very incredibly high. Very tall storm for sure. Very, very tall storm. And with what we're looking at. So, heavy rain, even this right back here. A huge band of rain back here. And moving across here as the storm moves this direction. Roughly like this. And then we're also going to be showing the current observations. If we go to weather.us, really look at the current observations, because heavy rain by far will be, except and close. Weather stations. Oh my god, there's like thousands or at least hundreds of weather stations across the United States. You can clearly see where Canada, like, there's like none in the West. Well, there's a lot in Florida and the East Coast. It's really hot down here in the East. Okay. Alright. We're going to look at current observations here. I could just come right down here. Right in this region. Perfect. So here, well, these are temperatures. We don't really particularly care about temperatures right now. Change parameters. Weather observation. If we look here, I think it's right in this region. Continuous moderate rain. So there is some moderate rain coming on down here. Continuous moderate rain. Rain departed. So there's rain here. There's haze. And then there is moderate rain in this region right here. I want to know what the rain rate is. Precipitation per hour. Is that like a fourth? 4/10 of a hundredth of an inch? I don't know what this means. Okay. 0.44 inches per hour. At that moment. So, again, looking at this, we could be seeing some heavier amounts of rain. Precipitation total. Here we're seeing about 0.37 inches. Okay, that's really like nothing. This is hourly rate, so continue to look. If we look farther over here, where they're having some, that's pretty intense there. Precipitation period of 12 hours. Nothing. Okay. I don't know. I went to most U's. I want to go to daily. When they've received 202 inches of rain. I'm sort of confused by what that means here, to be honest. And then if we just look in the total of the past 10 minutes, yeah, we can't see anything. But again, heavy rain's going to continue to be a problem. Just look at the past hour. Wow, no rain. Well, that's certainly good. But you know, we look. I wish I could see. I think I'm gonna go to. I want to see exactly where the storm is at. No, not that. This. The storm's right here. Doesn't. I mean, it's trying to develop pretty well. You can see that convection blowing up there near the center of circulation there. I want to see if I can find. Cause this. Look at this rain band right here. I just now noticed. I don't know what took me so long. This rain band is really blowing up. And racing right towards Puerto Rico. So. I'm going to see if we can look up Puerto Rico meteorological. No, Puerto Rico radar. Puerto Rico radar. I don't know if I spelled it right. I think I did. So, and there is, in fact, some rain happening in Puerto Rico. Now, I think there's this. I don't know how much rain is coming through here. Current. View status. Oh, yes, I know there's a tropical storm warning. I know. So there's that band, that huge, not really the band, this huge bit of rain that I'm talking about that's moving right towards Puerto Rico. My God, my computer is lagging. And that's sort of what I'm worried about, because you do have this pretty relatively large band of rain moving right towards Puerto Rico. Oh my God, a random ad. Interrupting my stream here. This huge band of rain coming right. My gosh, another ad. This huge band of rain is coming towards Puerto Rico. It's moving through the U.S. Virgin Islands, the British Virgin Islands right now. It's going to produce a lot of heavy rain, and there could be some gusts. There could certainly be some gusts in this rain band right here for sure. Let's see how we're looking like on the stream. I haven't even looked at the chat. Oh. Will Jamaica be affected by any storm? Well, this storm, it is supposed to. Here, let me bring up the forecast track. It's supposed to go to the north, but anywhere within the cone will certainly see effects. Now, this just depends how far north or how far south this goes. Jamaica, yes, could be affected, and rain will be the biggest threat, but I don't think it's going to be huge effects. This is expected to be well away from Jamaica, and it's supposed to weaken to a tropical depression. Well, it's not even a tropical, storm yet, so. It's hard to say, to be honest. It's hard to say, oh, will they get a lot of effects? Will they not? I don't really 100% know, but they could possibly get a lot of effects. But it really looks like that center is trying to organize a lot better now. Still looks a little, you can kind of see this right here. Still looks a little bit elongated, in my opinion here. Oh, satellite. Don't freeze up on me. Puerto Rico's just an oval. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Those ads like every few minutes. So, this is the storm that we're looking at right now. Again, as you can kind of see, we are watching the center of circulation right here, trying to organize, but if we get dry air coming in like this, and it doesn't close this off right here, then it may not actually develop very well, but again, regardless, lots of heavy rain will continue. Does anyone have any comments, questions, or concerns for the stream today? Again, our next stream will be at 1 p.m. Central Time. Stuff's falling around. So currently, heavy rain and flooding will possible flooding. I don't know if there's been any flood reports, but as this continues to move, Puerto Rico is right there, and could certainly be impacted very heavily by this storm. So that's currently what we're looking at with potential tropical cyclone 6 right now. I don't have a lot more to say, except flooding will continue to be a big issue and a big problem with this system as we continue to watch the storm. So currently there's not a whole lot that I want to say or really talk about. Just watching the system, seeing what it's going to do, and just getting an idea of what we're looking at with this storm. And it looks like I've gotten a good idea of what we have to deal with. The biggest threats with the storm will continue to be flooding, heavy rain. A gust here and there isn't ruled out. Is definitely possible and likely. But if this even reaches 40 miles an hour, 40 mile an hour sustained winds aren't super strong, but 50 to 60 miles an hour, you get a lot of heavy rain and you get a 50 mile an hour wind gusts, it can knock down a tree and, you know, falls on a house or power lines. There could be power knocked out. There could be, you know, deaths. Someone's in a house and a tree falls over because of a gust. It could cause a lot death, which would, you know, very bad. But again, this is not tropical, a tropical storm. Now, if this does reach 40 miles an hour, it is a tropical storm. It would be named Fred, I believe. So yeah, I got more stuff here from the team to show. Maybe I'll look at models and weather US. Okay, go away. I don't care. People texting me. Where are the models at? Forecast. Oh God, I think this is awesome. Hair is looking like a mess. I've not brushed my hair or done much of anything with my hair. Again, it's a mess. Looks like the European model, the ECMWF. Change parameters. Well, no. Change selection. Free zoom. There's that storm. Okay. Change parameters. All. Here's that storm, as you can see. Now, again, I don't really want to worry about the amount of rain that could fall, because right now that's not a huge issue, but you can kind of see it does go right over the Dominican Republic. Excuse me. You kind of see it tries to make a comeback pretty strongly. With a lot of convection and a lot of heavy rain over not only just Florida, but also the Bahamas and parts of Cuba. $130 hours out. 130 hours out. Really see very well defined center. Well defined. I'd say it's well defined in my opinion. Pretty well defined. Very high cloud tops. There's a lot. There's a center split. Let's see. I got some stuff going on here. Oh Lord, they're telling me to look at HWT. Okay. I'll do it. So you can kind of see. It almost looks like it gets sheared. You can kind of see where all the most of the storm activity is still near the center, but you can kind of see. Here's the center. Look at where it's all sort of at. It looks like it is a little bit sheared there. Like they said, upper level winds will become less conductive if it moves into the Gulf of Mexico. But I do believe that they said. Can I change model? No, you don't change model there. Shit, now I feel stupid. That's Europe. I don't know the HWT fits, so I'm just going to use this forecast models. Hurricane HWT 06. Wow, look at this. 1004. Yeah. See, the HWT has it a lot stronger than it really is. The center of circulation isn't closed, and it makes it look closed because of the isobars are like closed and stuff. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, the thing I'm worried about, if this is right, it's only over. There's that, there's that, there's that, and then it's out. It doesn't really stay over for very long, and I'm a little bit worried. Mainly because they're showing this making landfall with 973 millibars with an I. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't see that happening. And I'm going to feel stupid if we have a hurricane making landfall in Miami, Florida. Oh, y'all are going to want to know what the winds are. Oh, man. I just don't see this happening. And if it happens, I'll give it to you. If it happens, I'll give you the credit. But as of 3 hours, it says, oh, 3 hours, it has winds of 44 knots. Just over 50 miles an hour, and it doesn't have that at all. It shows it increases to winds of over 65 miles per hour in 6 hour time. I just don't see this. It doesn't make any sense to me. There's Puerto Rico. Oh, Dominican Republic, and there you go, 40 knots. There's 48 knots, about 60 miles an hour. There's 60 miles an hour. We got a hurricane, 70 knots, 80 knots, 68, 70, 80. I just don't see this. That's a 90 mile an hour hurricane. There's 86 knots. I don't want to freaking know. I don't see this happening. I'm sorry. This just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm sorry, but this just doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry, but this just simply, oh my. I mean, I don't see this happening. I'm sorry. I don't see us having a hurricane with an eye developing. I just don't see that. In my opinion, it's overshooting. But I say the same thing with Hannah in 2020, and we got a Category 1 hurricane with 90 mile an hour winds making landfall. You know, it's hard to win because they're like, it shows that the upper level winds would not be conductive. I was watching the Weather Channel, that's what they were saying. Oh, no, the Weather Channel. Yeah, I was watching the Weather Channel, yeah. And they're saying, the upper level winds will not be conductive once this gets closer to the United States or the Gulf of Mexico. And I get this is in the Gulf of Mexico, but I just don't know. I mean, it shows it's got an eye making landfall there in Florida on 102 hours on Saturday, August 14th, 2021 at 12 o'clock UTC, 8 a.m. that morning in Florida. I just don't see this happening. I don't see it happening. I do not see this happening at all. So I just, I don't see. This just seems so wrong. It just doesn't seem right. You know, does that make sense? Like, you know, this being a Category 1 hurricane, that might be a Category 2 hurricane. I'm not sure if that's over 95 miles an hour as a Category 2. I think it's 90 miles an hour. But, like, I get it, 90 miles an hour. I said the same thing about Hannah in 2020. But it's so hard to know with how strong these storms are going to be. Now, I think this will be the first hurricane to make landfall in Miami, Florida since Hurricane Katrina in August of 2005. The last major hurricane I want to say was Andrew of 1992, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure about that one. But I know there hasn't been a hurricane for a while. But I still don't see this happening. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, if it happens, I'll give it to you. There you can kind of see the shear happening, moving in this direction. Here like this, you can kind of see. It's hard to know, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, but I just don't see this happening. You know, it just does not make any sense. Holy crap, that's a lot of chats. Yes, ask your questions. The storm could pull a Laura, and the storm was predicted to get torn up by dry air, and it looks very good. It looks better than Elsa, Category 1, with an eye polluter. What about 93L? Will it be affected by the Caribbean? 93L doesn't even exist. So don't worry about it. It does not exist. Let me actually go. See, look. I can't actually even pull it up. Look, if I go to HWT, 93L doesn't exist. My God, it's so pixelated. It bothers me. I can't handle pixels like this. It bothers me too much. Nope, not what I'm trying to do. I just hate things that are so pixelated. But we do get another storm coming off the coast of Africa down here, which does look to be relatively the same region, but we're going to have to watch out what the high pressure up here does. The Atlantic was having a 2017 moment for a while through Cape Verde systems. It was. That is true. I can actually go back to that. No, I can't go back to that. What am I thinking? So currently this is what we're looking at. And from what I'm seeing, I don't see this becoming a Category 1 hurricane with 90 miles an hour making landfall in Florida. I do see a tropical storm, 50 to 60 mile an hour tropical storm. I can give it to that. I'll give that to it. A tropical storm probably going to make landfall in Florida if this actually makes it over that land and it doesn't dissipate. But right now, it's just so hard to actually know. What's the storm going to do? Is it going to develop? Is it not going to develop? What's going to happen to the system? And I just can't really, I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't see a hurricane developing, tropical storm for sure, very, very soon. But, oh my God. I do not think this will become a hurricane. It doesn't even have a tropical storm. I kind of want to leave this off here. I like to keep these streams nice, sweet, and short. See what else we got here. I'm surprised that none of them formed besides... Oh, this one. I see what you said. I mean, I didn't think there was going to be 3 storms. I mean, I knew there was going to be at least 1 storm, but, 3 storms right now would not, to me, wouldn't make sense with the dry air and some of that wind chill in that area. Really, dry air is really was a big limiting factor. So, I'm going to end this off here. This has been your latest update on Potential Tropical Cyclone number 6. It continues to make its way through the Caribbean. The next update will be at 1 p.m. Central Time. And with all that being said, have a wonderful rest of your morning, and I'll talk to you guys later this afternoon. Have a wonderful day, and peace out.